Hi and welcome to Silver Soul Tarot. Today we are doing some zodiac readings. I am up to Capricorn. Hello Capricorn. This is not for any particular reason, so it finds you when it finds you. The message is timeless. Let's just crack on, shall we? So first of all, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Jo. If you are a returning viewer, great to see you again. If you are a subscriber, much love to you. I'll introduce the decks as we go. This is the Oracle of Portals deck, and your message today, Capricorn, is landing. Okay, now this is the Oracle of Portals deck, but as you can see, you're on some sort of journey going up. You've just landed at the base point, you know, at base camp. So this could be a new journey you're starting, something interesting, something to get your teeth into. A cycle maybe is just closed out, maybe you've just finished something, and you're ready to take flight on something else. Okay, let's have a look. This is the Moonology Oracle deck. What did I just say? You're starting something new. A new start is coming, Capricorn. Blimey. Let's keep going. I think we got the next new moon is, what are we now? I think we're the 6th of November. I should really go check. We've only just had a full moon. I think it's like the 20th or something, isn't it? Of November. Please double check me, but there's a new start coming, and the new moon towards the end of the month could have some significance here for you, Capricorn. This is a wishcraft oracle. Okay, so we have the magic potion. I can create magic anytime I wish. So whatever this is that you're creating it, I should say, Capricorn. This new beginning is something you are working on, or you've been thinking about. You're just at the beginning of this journey, like relatively, you know, early on in the maybe you're still planning it, maybe you're just about to take your first move, you're literally just about to go, but your new beginning is coming after something closed out. But I don't think the closing out is what's important here. Achievement, win the award, accolade or contract. Is it some sort of contract you're about to land? Have you been chasing after something, or have you been, you know, applying for new jobs? You know, let me know in the comments down below, Capricorn. But you're on this new path. Okay, I'll take that one because it did nearly flip over. This is, I didn't see what it was. Oh, trust the process, 222. I'll just read it because it's there. It's important to be patient and trust the divine timing. The angels are reminding you that everything is unfolding as it should, and the timing of all things is perfect in your life. Trust the process, have faith. The universe is orchestrating the best possible outcome for you. This is the Angel Hours Oracle deck, and as you can see, it's a repeating number, like you would see on a clock. And the message. So let's see what this is. I will bring that in because I did read it, but this is the one I wanted to take for you. But trust the process because this is a new beginning coming. Be creative. 0303. When you encounter Angel Hour 0303, it is an invitation to tap into your creative energy and pursue your passions. Trust in your abilities and inspire an inspiration that flows through you. Yeah, you're definitely, look, you're creating something. Your abilities to make magic. The angels are guiding you to step into your creative power and share your unique voice with the world. When you do this, or as you go on this path, you're clearly going to get some sort of reward or accolade or even a contract out of it, but this is going to be a very important achievement for you, Capricorn. Right, let's hit the normal tarot. This is just, oh, that was a miss shuffle. Maybe letting go of some burdens might help you there with the 10 of Wands nearly coming over. Maybe that's what you've just been letting go of all the things you no longer need. That's the old cycle closing out. Made it easier for you to land. Right, this is just a generic tarot, so there's nothing really to introduce here. Let's see what the messages are that want to come out. So you've got the Page of Swords, something you've been quite curious about. The Page of Swords can be curiosity, it can be communication, it can be the card of spying. So it could be something, when I say spying, it could be something you've just sort of had your eye on for a long time, something you've been thinking about, mulling over for a little while. You might get some communication coming through, if that's obviously a part of whatever this is for you, Capricorn. You know, maybe you get a message or something that kind of sparks you to take that next move, you know, to make that leap from thinking to doing. There's definitely some sort of upgrade. If this is a career change, then fantastic, you're going to get an upgrade. It's the card of apprenticeship, so I'm not saying you're going into apprenticeship, but it's, you know, it's that sense of working on something, or you've been working on something. You're starting to get some recognition. You know, you're starting to be seen by people. Maybe you get some sort of a leg up in whatever this might be. You could be getting some accolade from peers. Okay, when I use that, and oh, blimey, we'll take those. An example I use with this card is like if you're an artist, you know, a gallery owner will have, you know, space for 3 paintings or, you know, pictures coming up at the weekend, and you can pop up a couple of pictures there for, you know, and get some visibility. And then the next time, you know, there's 6 places. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just this sense of this upgrade coming, or this leg up. Someone's going to kind of help you in the right way. Maybe you get some sort of information coming through. The 4 of Swords. Okay, yeah, I think you've been working on something. You've been kind of it's the card of, you know, rest and recuperation, but there's also this sense of praying and wishing and creating magic while you've been in that time, you know, waiting for these blessings. You've got the Hanged Man. You've been on this tree of knowledge, hanging off this tree of knowledge, gaining enlightenment. You might need to see something from a different perspective. Maybe that's where the Page of Swords comes in. You know, you hear some information, you get some a little nugget of something on social media, or someone through, say, social media says something to, you know, posts a video, and it sparks something in your mind. Oh, that did happen to me, so it could very well happen to you. But yeah, there's definitely this kind of aha moment that sparks you onto this new beginning. You know, it kind of really lights a fire under your ass, as I say in a really British accent. Ass if you're American. Right. The King of Pentacles. I have a lot of family in America. I've been there quite a few times. A couple of my cousins emigrated over there, so I know a lot about Americans. I love America. I've been there loads of times. I might even be going again next year. I only went last year. Right, the King of Pentacles. So this is a very grounded, stable energy. You are a earth sign. This is a Taurus sign, fellow earth sign. The card does represent Taurus, but this is just that kind of sense of, you know, this new journey is not going to be harrowing in any real sense. I mean, I could be talking to an older person here who's, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s, who's kind of like, you know what, I've got the house, it's paid off, you know, you kind of ticked off some things, and now you get to do what you want, rather, you know, maybe your kids have moved out and it's just you and the missus, or you and the husband, whoever, you know, take this as it resonates. Because I'm just reading energy, so I'm just looking at the King, but it's gender non-specific. But you get to kind of play, dare I say, you know, there's this spark of, oh, I can actually follow a dream rather than pay the mortgage. Do you get what I mean? Like, you can actually be a bit more free, because pages are very innocent energy, you know, they're immature in the sense that they're young energy, so maybe you kind of finding a little bit of youth again, you know, a second youth one. Wow, you got the Queen of Pentacles, so maybe I'm talking to a couple. Maybe you should share this with your partner. You've got divine counterparts on the table. Not only have you got one that has the abundance and stability and everything at his fingertips, you've also got the one that still nurtures and is fertile and will turn that pentacle into more than what that one pentacle is, if that kind of makes sense to you. So this could be a partnership. maybe that's what this Three of Pentacles is about as well. Like I said, getting some recognition, some sort of achievement. Maybe there's some sort of partnership coming in. Take this as it resonates, and please pop a comment down below. But you're starting this new journey. We got 2 because that's what Joe does. Right, we've got the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's been some investments, and it's kind of looking at them now and picking out the weakest things, you know, things that are just not investments that you've made, things that you've tried and done, things that are just not really coming to fruition, not really helping you in any way. It's time to pull the plug on them, you know, pull out that seedling and flick the pentacle away. That's not, you know, admit defeat. It's kind of a bit like, is the juice worth the squeeze? But like I said, I don't think that's overly a financial thing specifically. This is probably, you know, what you've been thinking about. What do you want to do? What have you been contemplating while you've been in this restful period? I just say it in the sense of that maybe you've just been able to take a step back, and you know, you don't have to work so hard, so you can now enjoy something more fun and free. Maybe there's been some conflict, maybe, potentially, with the Five of Wands, sorry. This could be inner conflict. Maybe you don't know which one to pull, you know, which seedling there to pull, which path to take, which investment to continue on with. I mean, maybe that's where talking with a counterpart might help, a partner, a friend, whatever, however this resonates with you, a work colleague. But yeah, there's definitely something coming in, definitely this new start where you can be more free and open. Okay, you got the Lovers. So if you are after romance, there's clearly a divine counterpart set on the table with the King and Queen of Pentacles, and now the Lovers, twin flame soulmate connection. This could be a new romantic cycle starting. It could be, you know, being seen by someone. So if you're here for love, it's not there, but this just feels slightly more for me like it's a career path change. You've got the King of Swords. Now we've got 2 kings, so there could be a choice if this is love for you between the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, someone who's very grounded in earth, driven in that sense, or someone who's more intelligent, more, you know, thinks before they speak and that sort of thing. Or now it's the time to make these decisions. Which pentacles do you want to leave behind? Which ones do you want to pull? You know, what sort of illumination are you actually looking for? Where can you create this magic? What conflicts are worth it and what conflicts are not? Because, you know, pick your battles. And then we've got the Knight of Cups. So this kind of has, towards the end, turned into a little bit of a love reading, potentially. There's this offer coming in. If you're here for love, it could be a romantic offer. You know, the Knight in shining armour coming in to pour his cup of love into yours. Or it's just this sense of the energy picking up. You know, you've landed and now you're taking that first step with that horse there, just kind of, you know, tentatively moving forward. Using that water to plant the seeds. I also do think with the Knight of Cups, I will say, you've heard me say it before, you've seen in my videos and it's come out, that horse is kind of like, do I tread in this water? Do I just step over it? Like, there's a little bit of tentativeness here. It really depends on your perspective. Is that a little babbling brook that you could just hop over without getting your toes wet? Or is it, you know, a faster moving stream or river where you're going to have to kind of wade across a little bit? Take that as it resonates with you. But there's definitely this energy pickup. Okay, right. I am going to just take the Healing Spirits Oracle to close out the reading and see if any other messages want to come through. But I think it's pretty clear. You're about to start this new journey. You're at the beginning of it, like I say, you know, of the actual sort of physical movement, of the actual, you know, 3D realm. I think you've been thinking about it for a while and, you know, figuring out what it is that you do and don't want. So maybe it's time to get a little bit creative and trust the process. Okay, so endurance is the key to success. So yeah, like I said, this is not a new thing for you that you've been thinking about. It's just new in the sense of you taking the first steps. And then true love can never really be lost. Okay, so if you were here for love, then maybe this is a reconciliation to twin flame soulmates coming back together. Take it as it resonates with that one. I'm going to leave it there. Say thank you very much for watching, Capricorn. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.